Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our broadcast. Today we are discussing a very important question. Should schools incorporate life skills like cooking and personal finance into the curriculum? This topic is important for students, parents, and educators alike, as it touches on the very purpose of education. We have two experienced guests with us today to share their views. Mr. David Evans, an experienced teacher, believes these skills are crucial for students. And Ms. Linda Chen, a school administrator, will discuss the challenges of implementing such changes. Each speaker will give an opening statement, followed by rebuttals and a discussion round. We will then conclude with their closing statements. Mr. Evans, please begin with your opening statement.
Good morning, Sarah, and to everyone listening. I firmly believe that schools absolutely should incorporate life skills such as cooking and personal finance into their curriculum. These are not just extra subjects. They are essential tools for life. My first point is about practicality for real life. Think about it. Every student will eventually become an adult who needs to manage their own life. Knowing how to cook means they can prepare healthy meals for themselves and their families, which is fundamental for good health and independence. Similarly, understanding personal finance, how to budget, save, invest, and avoid debt, is crucial for financial stability and well-being. Without these skills, young adults can struggle significantly when they leave the school environment. Secondly, these subjects can make learning much more engaging and relevant for students. Many students ask, when will I ever use this in real life? Life skills provide a direct answer. When they learn to calculate costs for a recipe in a cooking class or understand interest rates in a personal finance lesson, they see the immediate application of what they are learning. This connection to real-world applications can motivate students and improve their overall engagement with education. My third argument is about equity. We cannot assume that all students learn these vital skills at home. Some families may not have the time, resources, or knowledge to teach cooking or financial management effectively. By including these in the school curriculum, we can provide all students with an equal opportunity to learn and master these essential life skills, regardless of their background. This helps to level the playing field and prepares every student for a more successful and independent future. I look forward to discussing this further and hearing Ms. Chen's perspectives.
Thank you, Mr. Evans, for your clear position. Ms. Chen, we now invite you to share your opening statement.
Good morning, Sarah and Mr. Evans. Thank you for having me. I agree that skills like cooking and personal finance are indeed important for young people as they prepare for adulthood. However, I believe that incorporating them extensively into the formal school curriculum presents significant challenges that we must carefully consider. My primary concern is curriculum overload. Our current academic schedule is already very full. Students are busy with core subjects like mathematics, science, languages, history, and geography, all of which are essential for their academic development and future opportunities, such as university entrance. Adding more subjects, however valuable, means we would have to reduce the time dedicated to these core academic areas. This could potentially compromise the depth of learning in foundational subjects. Secondly, we need to think about teacher training and resources. Who would teach these specialized subjects effectively? Teaching cooking requires not just knowledge of recipes, but also food safety, nutrition, and practical kitchen management. Personal finance requires expertise in budgeting, investing, and financial regulations. Do our current teachers have this training? Or would we need to hire new, specialized staff? Furthermore, schools would need appropriate resources. For cooking, this means functional kitchens, equipment, and ingredients for all students. For personal finance, it might involve specific software or teaching materials. These all come with significant costs and logistical challenges for schools, many of which are already operating on tight budgets. My third point relates to the role of parents in the community. While schools play a vital role in education, they cannot be solely responsible for teaching every skill a child needs. Many life skills, including basic cooking and money management, have traditionally been taught within the family. Community programs, workshops, and extracurricular activities can also provide excellent opportunities for learning these skills. We should encourage a partnership approach where schools, families, and community organizations work together, rather than placing the entire burden on the school curriculum. Our core mission as educational institutions is to provide a strong academic foundation. We must be cautious about diluting this focus.
Thank you, Ms. Chen. We now move to the rebuttal phase. Mr. Evans, you have the floor to respond to Ms. Chen's points.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, Ms. Chen, for raising some very valid practical concerns. I understand the worries about curriculum overload. It's a genuine issue that schools face. However, I believe we can address this not by simply adding more hours or new separate courses, but by working smarter. We could integrate these life skills into existing subjects. For example, personal finance concepts like budgeting, percentages, and interest can be taught within mathematics classes. This makes math more practical and shows its real-world value. Similarly, nutrition and healthy eating, which are part of cooking, can be incorporated into biology or health education classes. It's about enriching the current curriculum, not necessarily expanding it with entirely separate subjects that demand extensive new timetable slots. Regarding teacher training and resources, I don't think we need to build professional kitchens in every school overnight, or hire an army of financial gurus. We can start with basic skills. Professional development can be offered to existing teachers who are interested in these areas. Many teachers are passionate and capable of learning to deliver foundational lessons in these skills. Furthermore, we can explore partnerships with community experts. Local chefs, bank employees, or financial advisors could come in for workshops or special sessions. This reduces the burden on school staff and brings real-world expertise directly to students. Ms. Chen also mentioned the role of parents and community, and I agree this is important. However, as I stated earlier, not all students have the same support at home. School can provide a baseline level of knowledge for everyone, ensuring that no student is left behind in these critical life areas. Ultimately, investing in these skills is investing in our students' overall well-being and future success. Students who are less stressed about managing basic life needs, who are healthier, and who are financially literate are often better, more focused learners in all their academic subjects. It's a long-term benefit that supports, rather than detracts from, their academic journey.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. Ms. Chen, your turn for a rebuttal.
Thank you, Mr. Evans, for your thoughtful responses. While I appreciate the idea of integrating these skills into existing subjects, I have some reservations about its effectiveness and potential impact on core subject teaching. If we ask a math teacher to cover personal finance, or a science teacher to delve deeply into practical cooking skills, are we ensuring that these topics are taught with the necessary depth and expertise? A math teacher is an expert in mathematics, not necessarily in financial planning or investment strategies. A science teacher understands biology, but perhaps not the nuances of culinary techniques or meal planning for diverse dietary needs. Superficial integration might tick a box but may not equip students with genuine, usable skills. It could also lead to core subject content being diluted or rushed to make space for these additional topics. Proper skill development often requires dedicated time and instruction from someone with specialized knowledge. Mr. Evans also spoke about engagement. I agree that connecting learning to the real world is important, and good teachers already strive to do this in all subjects. Core academic subjects like literature, history, and physics can be taught in incredibly engaging ways that spark curiosity and critical thinking. The primary role of school, in my view, remains to provide a robust academic preparation that opens doors to higher education and skilled careers. While life skills are undeniably valuable, We must be careful not to shift the school's focus so much that we compromise this fundamental academic mission. Schools cannot be expected to teach everything and solve all of society's skill gaps. There must be a balance and a recognition of the distinct roles that schools, families, and the wider community play in a child's upbringing and education. Focusing on what schools do best, providing strong academic foundations, is crucial for our students' long-term success in a competitive world.
Thank you both. This brings us to our discussion round. Mr. Evans, Ms. Chen mentioned the primary academic mission of schools. How can we ensure that adding life skills doesn't take away focus from subjects essential for university or future careers?
That's a very important question, Sarah, and one that I believe is at the heart of this discussion. I argue that life skills do not detract from the academic mission. Rather, they support and enhance it. These are not either/or scenarios, but complementary aspects of a holistic education. Consider a student who learns about good nutrition through a cooking skills program. That student is more likely to eat healthily, which directly impacts their physical and mental well-being, including their ability to concentrate in class and perform well academically. A student who understands basic personal finance is less likely to face overwhelming financial stress later in life, stress that can derail academic or career pursuits. Knowing how to manage money can also help them understand economic concepts taught in social studies or business classes more deeply. A student who is less stressed by basic life needs, who feels capable and independent, is a better, more resilient, and more focused student overall. Furthermore, many skills learned, such as problem-solving and budgeting or following complex instructions in cooking, are transferable and can strengthen academic abilities. If full integration into core subjects proves too challenging initially, or if there are concerns about depth, we can explore other models. Schools could offer these life skills as elective courses for students who are particularly interested or who feel they need more focused instruction. After-school clubs or workshops are another excellent way to provide these skills without impacting the main academic timetable. The key is to recognize their value and find creative, flexible ways to make them accessible, ensuring that our education system prepares students not just for exams, but for the multifaceted challenges and opportunities of life itself.
Ms. Chen, Mr. Evans suggested integration or electives. Where would the time and resources for quality instruction come from, especially if we expect current teachers to cover new areas without being specialists?
Mr. Evans' suggestions of electives or after-school clubs are certainly more feasible than attempting a full, mandatory integration for all students, and I appreciate those ideas. However, even these options come with their own set of resource and time considerations. If these are offered as elective courses, we need to consider student uptake. Students often have many choices for electives, including advanced academic subjects, arts, or sports, which they might prioritize for university applications or personal interests. Would enough students choose life skills electives to make them viable and sustainable across all schools? Regarding the quality of instruction, if we rely on current teachers to take on these new areas, even as electives, the concern about specialist knowledge remains. Providing adequate professional development for teachers to confidently and competently teach subjects like detailed personal finance or comprehensive culinary arts is a significant investment in both time and money. It's not just a one-off workshop. It would require ongoing training and support. If we were to hire specialized staff, even for electives or clubs, this brings us back to budget constraints, especially for public schools that are already stretched thin. Equipping and maintaining specialized facilities, like kitchens for cooking classes, even if used less frequently than in a core curriculum model, still represents a substantial cost. This includes initial setup, ongoing maintenance, and the cost of materials and ingredients for students. A possible compromise, which I alluded to earlier, might be for schools to act as facilitators rather than direct providers of formal graded curriculum components in these areas. Schools could host a series of workshops run by community volunteers or paid external experts. They could partner with local organizations that already offer such training. This approach would provide students with access to valuable knowledge without overburdening the curriculum or school resources to the same extent as formal courses would. It maintains the focus on the school's core academic duties while still acknowledging the importance of these practical skills.
Thank you both for this insightful discussion. We will now move to closing statements. Mr. Evans, please share your concluding thoughts.
Thank you, Sarah. To summarize my position, I strongly believe that incorporating life skills like cooking and personal finance is essential for our students' future well-being and overall success. While academic achievements are important, education should fundamentally prepare students for all aspects of life, not just for passing exams or entering higher education. These skills foster independence, promote health, ensure financial stability, and can even improve academic engagement by making learning more relevant. We have discussed various ways to implement this, from integration to electives, acknowledging the challenges but also highlighting the significant long-term benefits. I urge us to think critically about what a truly complete and relevant education means in the 21st century. It must include equipping our young people with the practical competencies they need to thrive as adults.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. Ms. Chen, your closing statement, please.
Thank you. My main point remains that while life skills are undeniably valuable, schools must prioritize their core academic mission, especially given the constraints of limited time and resources. The practical challenges of curriculum overload, teacher training, and resource allocation for comprehensive life skills education within the formal curriculum are significant and cannot be easily dismissed. Adding more to an already packed schedule risks diluting the quality of foundational academic learning, which is critical for students' future prospects. I believe a more balanced and sustainable approach involves a partnership between schools, families, and community organizations. Schools can support by facilitating workshops or connecting students with external programs, rather than taking on the full burden of direct instruction in these specialized areas. This ensures that students still gain access to these skills without compromising the school's primary focus on strong foundational academic knowledge. Ultimately, our responsibility is to ensure students are well prepared academically for the challenges ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Evans and Ms. Chen, for your valuable insights and for a very thoughtful debate. Today's discussion has highlighted the core tension between the desire to equip students with practical life skills and the existing demands of the academic curriculum, alongside resource limitations. We encourage our audience to reflect further on the points raised today. Thank you for joining us.